strange object caught on camera flying over the city, and nobody can explain what it is.
Across various landscapes, from remote forests to bustling cityscapes, UFOs have ensured to make their presence known.
Wow, look at that.
And here are such multiple instances where UFOs landed on Earth for their specific reasons and got caught on camera.
Oh!
I have got something new, not so usual of course, the UFO in its new mold. Otherwise, we've gotten so used to seeing them in the classic saucer style. This one, with its sleek, disc-like design and spike-like legs, suggests a functionality that goes beyond typical hovering. It slowly started and ascended, and then silently cruising the sky, it suddenly veered off course and headed towards a dense forest. Here comes the confusion. Why always forest? This isn't the first time. It's almost like they're drawn to something hidden among the trees. Could it be for cover? Or might there be something more within the forest that attracts them? Climbing encounters.
Gente, mira, estamos caminando tranquilos y de la nada vimos esto aquí.
A man stops for a break on his mountain climb and spots a UFO silently hovering above. It's not just a cool sight, it turns out there might be a wild link between UFO sightings and success in extreme spots like Mount Everest. Believe it or not, research suggests that about 88% of big achievements up there could be tied to these encounters. Sounds crazy, right? But there's this old folklore that climbers aren't just chasing peaks. They might also be looking for alien signs. So maybe spotting a UFO isn't just a thrill, it could be a lucky charm for conquering those giant mountains.
Te juro que no es mentira.
Special feature. Like forests and mountains, snowy cityscapes are also UFO favorite pit stop. A UFO was found hovering, but this one got a special electromagnetic coil that lets it float and move around easily, defying gravity. This kind of tech makes you rethink what you know about physics. It might even use something called Element 115, which Bob Lazar, a guy who used to work at Area 51, said is linked to UFOs. Seeing such advanced technology right in the middle of a city gets you wondering, what are they up to? As we puzzle over their reasons, the UFO smoothly drifts towards its next location, guided by what might just be its unique GPS. Pit stop.
So the government are trying to hide this.
A white saucer was recently spotted resting in a remote mountainous area, appearing almost as if it was taking a break to cool its engines. The saucer hovered completely still, nestled in a secluded spot, blending with the rugged landscape. It seemed entirely unaware of any observers, with not a single person around to disrupt the quiet scene. This unusual moment hints at the possibility that even UFOs might need brief pauses in their travels, much like a rest stop on a long journey.
I've managed to get up to here where you can't be seen.
Tech-onish. Someone caught an incredible scene on camera and it will spin your heads. UFO gearing up to take off. This craft, with its sleek dome-like shape and seamless surface, looked like something out of alien stories. As it prepared to leave, the bottom of the UFO lit up, with lights spinning like it was powering up its engines. The lights grew brighter and the spinning faster, charging up for liftoff. I don't know who managed to record this, but damn, he captured something amazing. Seeing how these crafts start and operate is just astonishing. It's a technology that's light years ahead of ours. Advanced tech in action. Classic case. A man secretly recorded something shocking in the desert mountains. Right above the rugged terrain, a flat saucer hovered, moving with purpose toward the slopes. This wasn't just a random sighting, it looked like it was about to land. Then things took a wild turn. In the blurry video, you can see a slender figure emerge near the saucer. The camera quality might not be great, but that light? It was definitely no ordinary glow. Suddenly, the slender humanoid figure was scooped up into the saucer. It's clear what we're seeing here. This was an alien abduction, a classic case, caught on a shaky yet revealing video. Bright orb. Out in the wide open desert, something amazing happened. A bright purplish orb suddenly appeared out of nowhere. It didn't just shine, it seemed alive, flickering and pulsing with energy. Then, just like that, it zipped away and vanished, almost as if it knew exactly when to disappear. Some people think this might have been a natural event, like ball lightning. Ball lightning is rare, and we still don't fully understand it, but it can show up with a lot of energy and disappear quickly. The unique conditions of the desert might create this kind of rare lightning. Area 51 inventory. On a highway near Area 51, travelers got quite the show. A huge object looking a lot like a UFO was strapped to a truck under a red tarp. Although it was covered, you could still see parts of its metallic saucer-like edges peeking out. The truck was moving slowly, almost like it knew everyone was watching and snapping photos. This gets people talking about secret military stuff and aliens again. But here's a thought: why would they move something so top secret in plain sight during the day? And if they really wanted to hide it, why let any part show? Maybe it's just something ordinary, like farm equipment dressed up to stir up rumors. Makes you wonder, right? Stationary UFO.
E o CEF Itapoçu conseguiram criar objeto.
A blue-colored UFO was initially spotted stationary on land in an open field. Then it slowly started to ascend, heading towards the sky before moving off to another area. This particular choice of location raises some interesting points about why UFOs might prefer such open, unobstructed spaces for their activities. Open fields offer several advantages. They're away from crowded places, reducing the chances of attracting attention, and they're free of obstacles, which ensures a safer landing and departure. It means aliens are introverted babes.
E o CEF Itapoçu conseguiram criar objeto.
New mystery.
There's a UFO!
Area 51 is usually all about secrets and tight security, but recently, something new was brought in, and surprisingly, it wasn't covered up. Looks like we might finally get a little peek at what's hidden there. Right there on the highway, drivers saw a UFO being moved on a loader. It was a sleek, half-cut saucer, clearly built for a special mission with its metallic structure. I guess Area 51 got something major on its hands this time. What do you think they were planning to do with it?
There's a UFO!
Another loader story. Well, what can I say? It looks like Area 51 is stocking up on UFOs again, and everyone's talking about it. People are on edge, rumors are swirling, and we all know what's missing. Leaked footage to crack the case wide open and reveal what's happening. Just recently, a black saucer was spotted, carefully wrapped up like it was just a weather balloon. Nice try, guys, but our eyes are sharp. They were hauling it on a loader, trying to stay under the radar, yet it's only adding to the mystery. Let's not pretend we don't know where this is going. Of course, it's Area 51. The truth we got. Looks like we finally found the leaked footage we've been waiting for. These UFOs are lined up in what seems to be an Area 51 hangar, and they definitely weren't meant to land here, at least not on purpose. There's an intriguing theory going around that when these aliens traveled to Earth, their navigation systems might have failed, leading to a crash landing right on our planet. While we can't see that in the footage, it does show the aftermath, sleek, shiny saucers all ready for examination. And remember those sightings of UFOs being moved on loaders along the highways? Turns out that was just part of this mysterious inventory. The truth is out, and people believe it. Police without action. The police were called when a large white saucer landed in a hidden field beside the highway, and its presence was nothing short of shocking. Instead of jumping into action, one officer quietly zoomed in on the scene, capturing footage without alerting anyone. There it sat, seemingly at home on the ground, as if its crew were on some covert mission, maybe even patrolling the area. Should the police have dug deeper, or was it best to leave it alone? They really should have acted fast to uncover the truth behind this mysterious visitor. Ignoring it might mean missing out on a huge discovery. Complete search. A local was out walking his dog when something unexpected caught his eye. A metallic saucer glides quietly across the ground. Its disc-like shape, complete with a shiny dome on top, looked as if it had come straight from old UFO sightings. The saucer appeared to be searching for something, moving slowly as if scanning the surface of the area. There's reason to believe it might have been on a mission to find a lost alien in the woods, perhaps part of a larger search operation. After a few moments, the saucer shifted its direction towards the trees and ascended smoothly into the sky. It seemed that whatever it was looking for, the search was now complete. Alien neighbors.
What is that?
A UFO appeared, but it wasn't your typical saucer. This one had a rounded capsule-like shape with structured legs underneath, giving it a solid mechanical look. It spun slowly and steadily, almost as if it were scanning for something. Instead of taking off, it landed on a quiet back street, almost like it knew exactly where it was going. You all must be wondering, what if the aliens had a hidden home there? Yeah, right. Maybe they've been blending in all this time and we just didn't notice.
What is that?
Ice chunk. In China, the helicopter crew didn't expect this thing to happen. At first, they thought it was just a chunk of ice floating smoothly across the water, but when they zoomed in for a closer look, it turned out to be something completely different. A shiny, round disc hovering right above the surface. It wasn't just floating, it was gliding smoothly, almost like it was scanning the water before it started to rise. Could it be a UFO? If this turns out to be real, it's going to be huge. A whole new chapter in UFO history. Hawaiian UFO. In Hawaii, a local saw something odd near the Green Mountain peaks. At first, he thought it was a small white drone in the sky, but on zooming the camera, the object revealed itself as an old-fashioned ashtray, just floating there. He couldn't understand how such a thing so big could hang so quietly in the air. As he watched, the object smoothly moved into the bushy mountains. This made him sure he had seen a real UFO. Word spread fast about what he saw. Soon, people were saying the valley had become a second home for UFOs. The quiet Hawaiian spot was now known for more than just its pretty views. U.S. Army Field. It seems like another regular test day at the U.S. Army field. But wait, what's that? This isn't just any normal aircraft. It looks more like a triangular TR-3B, right? The way it moves makes you think maybe it's being sucked towards something by a strong energy. Could it be some kind of high-tech man-made craft, or is it something from another world? It's puzzling how it darts around like it's caught in a powerful energy pull. Think about the strong air currents this craft could create, lifting things off the ground as it flies around. What's your take on this mysterious flyer? Under trees. Here's a sight you won't forget. Let me pull it for you. A white, frisbee-shaped UFO caught on camera in Peru back in 2016. It's quietly cruising just above the lush forest canopy. This isn't something you'd mistake for a regular plane or drone. It looks exactly like the mysterious UFOs people talk about in hushed tones. It's flying low, making you wonder what it's up to. Is it just exploring, or could there be something more? Maybe it's attracted to something hidden under those trees, something we can't quite see. High-tech stuck. In Scampia, Italy, residents got the shock of their lives when what looked like a UFO crashed on their street. It's a large metallic object that seriously looks like something made out of Techmaster, nestled right among parked cars and street debris. But here's where it gets even more interesting. There was no sign of any pilots or crew. This had everyone discussing questions and theories. Could it be that this UFO was remotely controlled? Kind of like the technology Elon Musk is working on? Maybe the aliens have their own version of a remote plan, but it's a wild thought, which fits perfectly for why no one was found with the wreckage. Umbrella twist. At first, everyone thought it was just flying through the sky. Seriously? There wasn't a storm around, but this thing was moving smoothly above. People at the beach couldn't help but watch in amazement as they tried to figure out what it was. Then things took a wild turn. Suddenly, the object started pulling beach umbrellas right up into the air. That's when it hit them. This wasn't just some random junk in the sky. It seemed to be creating some kind of field that could lift light things like umbrellas. Floating object. Someone high up in a nearby building spotted a weird metallic object hovering over the water. Curious, he zoomed in to get a better look. As he focused closer, the object slowly glided through the sky towards a cluster of trees and slipped out of sight. It seemed like it was about to land, but then what? Just leave it there. Keep watching this footage on repeat. What do you see? With a clearer view, it is undeniable. This wasn't just any floating object, it was a UFO. Not so in its usual shape for smart play to disguise itself. Farmer got plan.
Not now. My God.
Late at night in Brampton, Ontario, Canada, a farmer got the shock of his life when a UFO landed among the trees on his property. He managed to capture the whole thing on video. Strange lights cut through the darkness, turning his usually quiet farm into something out of a sci-fi movie. It looked like the UFO was looking for a safe spot to touch down, both fascinating and a bit unnerving. The video cuts off there, but what do you think the farmer did next? He likely didn't just stand there. He probably called the police to help keep things under control and set up cameras to monitor the area closely. I bet he also whipped up a plan for encounter.
Not now. My God.
Hawaiian AFB Mystery. It was 1964, and a remarkable event occurred at Hawaiian Air Force Base in New Mexico. A UFO gracefully lands on the runway. Two beings step out, exchange a few words with US Air Force officers, and then reboard their spacecraft to depart into the sky. This was just one part of a morning where 3 UFOs were seen, but this one actually landed. Located next to White Sands, where the first nuclear bomb exploded, Hawaiian seems to be a magnet for such unusual visits. Backyard hotspot.
Family in Las Vegas that claimed a UFO landed in their backyard.
Last year, something wild happened in a Las Vegas backyard. A family saw a UFO and even an alien. This wasn't just any alien, it was huge, about 10 feet tall, and looked kind of metallic and hairless. Why did the police believe them? Well, because a similar UFO-like object was caught on a police camera just the year before, in 2022. So the cops set up cameras all over their yard, just in case the visitors came back. Now, everyone in the neighborhood is watching and waiting. They're a little excited, but also pretty nervous about what might show up on those cameras. Unexpected visit. A massive black spaceship landed quietly in a secluded spot and outstepped some pretty bizarre creatures. Thin, slimy, and not from around here. They looked like they were in the middle of an intense discussion, possibly stressed about a big mission. It seemed like they might be back to retrieve something they'd left behind on a previous visit. Could it be some advanced device that opens portals to other dimensions? Whatever it was, their sudden appearance and serious demeanor, it looked like they were here to fix something big. But what exactly? California Spotlight.
Last night, Southern California witnessed an extraordinary mass UFO.
Just when you think you've seen it all about aliens, something wild happens. All Californians were just hanging out, thinking they were watching some high-tech drones. But then the news broke. 6 UFOs were spotted in the skies over California. It was too dramatic to grasp at the moment, but yes, that was the truth. But they all wondered why California? Well, it looks like these visitors might have a specific interest in the area. Maybe it's the tech hubs or the scientific research facilities that are drawing them here.
Around 9:30 p.m., residents observed 6 strange objects moving in unison.
3RTB Landing. This trail camera snap shows the 3RTB spaceship touching down, red lights glowing at its base. Notice the parachute-like object alongside it? It's all a bit mysterious. The red lights are probably not just for show. They could be part of the landing tech, maybe cooling systems or something to help it land safely. And that parachute thing could be a safety measure or some kind of payload. There's a lot to unpack here, and without more info, it's all guesswork. Alien Research Program. Check this out, a UFO caught on camera hovering above the trees in a dense jungle. The craft had a cool star-like shape and a shiny metallic look. It's kind of amazing how it blends in with the surroundings, almost like it's meant to be there. But why the jungle again? Maybe it's their favorite pit stop, or maybe these aliens were interested in our planet's wildlife and they came here to study biodiversity in a research program quietly without causing a fuss. Unknown metal.
Wow, look at that.
Take a look at this. High in the blue sky is something quite peculiar. At first glance, it might just seem like a random object floating around. But as you zoom in and take a closer look, it starts to look more and more interesting. It's round and has a distinct shape that slowly reveals itself, like a button or maybe a part of any spaceship. It was captured in 2018, but the details about when and where this happened are still a mystery. Isn't that shocking? Floating there all by itself makes you wonder how it got there and what the rest of its story could be.
Wow, look at that.
Mysterious floating. A bunch of odd objects just floating over the city, totally stealing the show from the usual urban hustle. Not something you see daily. These mysterious dark shapes hanging in the sky have everyone doing a double take, wondering what's up. So, what's their deal? Why are they hanging so quietly over the buildings? Might be keeping an eye on things, or just watching how city life unfolds. And another reason can also occur, maybe their perfect alignment and smooth hovering were part of some secret tech demo that we're just not clued into yet. Wedding cake. In a hilly area, locals came across something really unusual, a UFO-like stacked wedding cake. This kind of UFO is called wedding cake UFO because of its unique layered design. It's famous for the stories of Billy Meyer, a guy from Switzerland who said he met aliens and took lots of photos of their ships. People are split about these UFO pictures. Some believe they're real proof of aliens visiting us, while others think they're just fake, made with models. This sighting in such a remote spot just makes everyone talk even more about it. What do you think? Could it be real? Or is it just another elaborate hoax? Over cityscape. Hold on to your hats. Here are some shocking proofs from February 2009 showing a UFO boldly hovering over a cityscape against a backdrop of mountains. This is not your typical stealthy flyby. Seeing a UFO so clearly over a busy city in the middle of the day is pretty wild, right? It makes you wonder, was this a slip-up or did they mean to show up like this? Seems like they might be stepping up their game and trying something new with us. What do you think was going on here? Secret mission. While taking a shortcut from the highway, a man stumbled upon a startling sight in broad daylight. Far away at the field's edge, there was a massive, sleek black object, a classic flying saucer shape, unmistakably out of this world. It sat in a landed position, sparking countless questions about its presence there. What was its purpose here on Earth? As he watched in surprise, a thought crossed his mind. Maybe he was witnessing a secret mission. After all, Earth always seems to be a prime component in aliens' mysterious experiments.
Avea aceeași poziție și nu se vedea. Bă, dă-te în pula mea de aici, frate.
Night secret revealed. It's always said that the night holds its secrets, and here's the proof. At midnight, a video streamed online, causing a big chatter. It showed a big black saucer that had crashed, with a trolley set up to move it and an official team scrambling around for investigations. But here's the main thing. Whenever officials show up, my first thought is, are they gonna cover this up again? Because let's be honest, that seems to be their main game, and the way this video got no further information, it means they are done with their intentions. Black ball.
Sono passati 5 giorni.
So there was this mysterious black sphere found in a forest, right? It got caught on camera, and everyone online started talking about it. The thing looked super high-tech, kinda like something from a fancy tech company or even a spy gadget. It was hidden among the trees, which makes you think it was placed there on purpose, maybe to check out the environment quietly, or try out some new stealth tech. I guess before it could slip something off, officials took action.
Sono passati 5 giorni.
Mountains hold secrets.
Mais sensacional registro de OVNI.
Here we go again, a UFO sighting, but this time it's hovering high above the mountains. This isn't your usual glimpse of something unexplained in the sky. This craft is visible, positioned as if it's about to land. This UFO had a classic saucer shape, complete with gleaming lights around its rim, lights that were usually a telltale sign of preparation for descent. It glided smoothly downward, and then just like that, it disappears into the mountains. What happened after it landed? Where exactly did it touch down? That part remains a mystery. The person who captured this video doesn't even know. Fogy Mystery. When it comes to catching something mysterious, sometimes the camera plays its perfect role. In a thick fog within a mountainous area, a UFO dived down and then suddenly came back up at high speed. This incident, recorded by some hikers in Peru, adds to the growing curiosity about why UFOs frequently appear in such remote environments. Forests and mountains seem to be their preferred spots, possibly for the cover and isolation they offer, or maybe there's something specific they are studying. Volcanic alien base. It looks like volcanoes have hidden alien bases because there have been many sightings of what look like UFOs diving into volcanoes. First, on March 29th, 2023, cameras caught a glowing orb flying straight into a volcano's crater. Then, another video showed a UFO doing the same thing at a different volcano. And a while back in 2013, footage captured a similar scene, this time with a burst of light as the object disappeared inside a volcano in Mexico. It wasn't any black being, it was actually an alien moving towards the volcano. All these events made into national headlines and made many people think volcanoes could be more than just nature's fireworks. Maybe they're secret alien bases. 2,000 miles per hour.
Insane.
There's a video going around of a UFO zipping through a Florida thunderstorm at a whopping 2,000 miles per hour. It's like 4 times faster than a commercial airliner. Now, that's insanely fast, especially since the fastest jets we've got, like the SR-71 Blackbird, can just barely top that speed, and not in stormy weather. This UFO didn't seem to care about the lightning or wind. It just streaked right through against the wind. Experts who looked at the footage confirmed its speed, and we know human tech cannot handle that kind of speed in such rough conditions. What is this then?
Insane.
Whoa! Crashed metallic object.
What is it? The question remains the buzz of beachgoers.
Have you heard about the strange object found under the water at East Beach in Westerly, Rhode Island? It's causing quite a stir. They say there's so much more to explore in the ocean, and this metal starfish with 8 legs stretching from its center is Rhode Island's mystery now. Locals and the Beach Association are all puzzled by it. Even the harbor master hasn't seen anything like it before, and guesses about what it could be are all over the place, from alien tech to something the Army Corps of Engineers might have left behind. Some think it might be a mount for an acoustic Doppler imaging device. Where do you land on it?
A metal starfish.
Late night landing. At 3 a.m. in Texas, a quiet farm became the landing site for 2 massive UFOs. But here's where it gets interesting. These weren't just usual alien vessels. They appeared to be using alien technology, yes, but these crafts were replicas, part of the US government's highly secretive Black Shadow projects. And the bright lights? Those were for the human occupants inside, not extraterrestrials. Real ETs can navigate the dark without any help, so it seems like we're witnessing sophisticated technology in use, cloaked in the mystery of a nighttime UFO landing. Night show. Every mysterious glimmer and shadow in the night is now fair game for discovery. Aliens can't hide in the darkness anymore. In the darkness, someone caught a big UFO hovering and moving slowly towards the nearby jungle, and it wasn't quiet about it either. It put on a light show, sparking with bright blue lights and pulsing rhythmically. Just look at that, too bright. It looks like the UFO was about to land in the jungle as it was slowly descending. What a sight to capture, but what a shocking thought to consider it the truth. UFO made headlines.
At least a couple of times a week.
You're gonna see it come in from the top, do a little...
Here is an unidentified object that made headlines all across the national media, all thanks to its weirdness. A viewer sent Fox 21 a video of a strange object flying super fast over Denver. Heidi Hammond, the reporter, checked it out and even asked aviation expert Steve Cowell to help, but no one knows what it is. Cowell said it doesn't look like any plane or bird, and it's too fast to see with just your eyes. The FAA and NORAD checked their systems and didn't see anything either. A thing that got caught on video but didn't get registered on radars. What is it?
At least a couple of times a week.
You're gonna see it come in from the top, do a little...
Vintage footage. This black and white footage from southern Germany shows something you don't see every day, a UFO. The whole scene was caught on an old Super 8 camera back in the mid-1880s, and the grainy clip shows a grayish saucer that landed briefly and then rocketed straight up into the sky, heading back to wherever it came from. This silent video is like a peek into the past, reminding us of all the mysterious UFO sightings that have popped up all over the world for years. Baltic Sea Anomaly.
That was discovered 5 years ago, still baffles scientists.
The Baltic Sea Anomaly continues to frustrate scientists and marine explorers even 5 years after its discovery. It's this bizarre object found underwater in 2011 that looks a lot like the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. Sitting 91 meters deep, it's about 61 meters wide and baffles everyone who studies it. Here's the weirdest part. Electronic devices stop working when they're right over it. It starts working again once you move away from it. Could it be something alien? Scientists can't figure it out. They've even said it's made from materials that don't naturally occur. While some think it might be a natural formation from the Ice Age, others are convinced it's something more mysterious.
That was discovered 5 years ago, still baffles scientists.
Open discussion. Alright, let's dive into this UFO sighting where it seemed like it was picking someone up. There was this dark figure making its way toward the UFO, and as it got closer, the craft even adjusted, hovering a bit higher to make it easier for the figure to get on board. Then, just like that, they zoomed off into the sky. So who was this mysterious passenger? Maybe it was someone finishing up a secret mission in the jungle, or it could even be a local creature that's part of an ongoing observation by the UFO's pilots. It's all speculation, but think about it. It could be a sort of interstellar research mission studying remote parts of Earth. Keep watching. This story might just get more interesting. Thank you very much for watching the video. Tell us your favorite part in the comments, and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.